back at it. So we are going to take you guys, we being me, I'm going to take you guys through a live back and bicep workout today. Here to answer any questions that y'all might have, so please hop in, let me know what I can do to help. Basically going to show you my programming, show you how I get set up, how I get warmed up, what I think you should be doing to build muscle, and how to train hard. I'm going to take some sets of failure today. So we're going to start with some lat pullovers. I feel like these are a really phenomenal exercise to get your back started, or at least warmed up, but not necessarily the best in the world for building muscle, and that's okay too. Each exercise can have its own purpose. For me, I'm not trying to become the biggest bodybuilder in the world, even though I am the biggest vegan bodybuilder in the world by doing these movements. This is more of a warm-up, more of getting a solid pump and contraction and stretch in my lats, and just a great way to kick this off. Also for me, I kind of view this as like injury prevention a little bit as well, because we're able to safely warm up here before moving into more of a compound lift or something that might have a higher chance of injury if you came straight in. I also know myself, I'm not gonna take myself through an elaborate warm up each day. And so something like this kind of forces me to still get warmed up with a movement versus just like an elaborate warm up routine. So sometimes I'll do a little bit of these. I don't have a name for it, but just kind of get that little bit of a deeper stretch, fill things out. I always put the cable as high as it will go on the machine and take as many steps back out as you need to where this is coming at an angle versus like going, we don't want it to go straight down. We want it to stretch and almost pull us forward at the top and then drive down and towards us. And we want these to be at least mildly challenging. Like this is still super easy for me. And I'll do at least 2 sets here and potentially take these to failure. So if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. Doesn't have to be related to this workout. I am here to assist and support any way that I can. Awesome. I think these are a great way to go ahead and kick things off. So I'm probably gonna do like 2 working sets. I'm still trying to figure out just exactly how much weight I want to add here. So let's see, a little heavier. All right, that's still pretty easy for me. I'm gonna try the whole stack after I rest here. Goal is obviously to keep form situated. All right, who's ready for set 1? I'm ready. Let's go. First set of the day, lat pullovers. I will take this to failure, and I will demonstrate exactly what that looks like. Only one way to find failure, and that's to actually do enough reps that you're unable to do another rep with clean form after, without adjusting your form. So, all right, I'm a little heavy. Okay. So pretty Clearly failure there. I just couldn't even move it on that last one. But that's basically what failure is. Oh, well, thank you for saying you were gonna sub, but yeah, I am vegan. If that doesn't float your boat, not much I can do to change that. I'm vegan for 20 years, not going anywhere. Even my shaker cup. It's okay. Somebody else will sub, and I appreciate that from the rest of y'all. Seriously though, let me know what you guys are struggling with the most, either with nutrition or with training, so that I can get to the questions in between sets. Let's go, Rasta Pasta. That is a cool name too. So, all right, that was pretty heavy. I usually like to keep these about 12 to 15 reps or so. So to bump the reps up, I'm gonna put the weight down. No shame in that. And honestly, the whole stack was a little bit heavy here. Trying to think what I'm gonna do next. I would like to do like a chest supported row of some sort. They have dumbbells, which could work. Maybe not my favorite. I might do a lat pull down or something of that nature. But let's get our second set out of the way here. Enough talking. Big thing that I will say before I start is breath. I like to breathe in, hold my breath, keep my core tight, perform the movement, maybe exhale towards the end of the movement, and then inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, just like that. Ooh. Yeah, it was like the same number of reps, but felt a little hard, but that's okay. That's what she said. Even by myself, I gotta make jokes. Oh, thank you for subbing. Why not shave it off and let it go? Well, sometimes in life, brother or sister or whoever you are, you're just not ready to let it go. I got my little green up top. It'll last for a little bit longer. Without animal protein, you just answered the question right there. I train this hard without animal protein, but I do get plant protein. And think about animals. Think about horses, rhinos, elephants, gorillas. They don't really train. They don't have gyms, but they're extremely strong, all from plant protein as well. So you can 100% get all that you need from plants. I've been doing it for 20 years now. So really, if you live anywhere that you have access to a phone, you can get all the information you need. It's really not hard at all to be plant-based and build muscle. You just need to have sufficient training stimulus, of course. All right, well, all the lat pull downs have been taken. So there's a lat pull down machine. I think we can do that. Sometimes you got to improvise. Try a steak. I did try steaks for many years as a kid. My dad used to make a big deal out of it. I didn't really understand it. And honestly, didn't even really enjoy it that much. I liked fish more, to be honest with you. But we don't go vegan for taste. I'm not here to argue that taste isn't true. You know, maybe steaks do taste good, but is that taste worth the life of an animal? That's the whole vegan message. So, well, Raphael, I would do a little bit more digging on eating meat for health, because many of the diseases being faced, especially in Western countries, things like heart disease, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, a lot of these can be traced back to meat consumption. So I would be careful there. All right, trying to keep up. All right, cool. All right, so now we'll move on to our next movement here. I really do enjoy lat pull downs, or in this case, a lat pull down machine. Some big things that I would recommend. Get yourself, like, see my legs? Get your legs locked in. The tighter you can get your legs, the more tension you can create with your core. And then you can transfer that to your lats. So we're gonna take our elbows and drive our elbows straight down. And the goal here is to move through the elbows. Don't think about the wrists, because when we're able to drive the elbows down, then we can use the lats to pull these elbows. If we think about our hands, we think about pulling our hands, it becomes more biceps focused. So obviously it's not perfect. You'll still need to have control and intent behind the workout. Try and get you all a little bit better of a view. There we go. All right, so 2 plates is pretty easy. We'll try 3. And for these, I will do 3 sets. Today's gonna be a pretty bicep focused day, kind of with this almost like a back warm up. But I'm gonna try and we did 2 sets of lat pullovers. Now we're gonna do 3 sets of lat pull down. I'm gonna try and make these the hardest 5 sets that I can here, take each one to failure. Try and get a lot out of it, even though I'm not doing that many of them. I would recommend straps. I use these figure 8 straps. They allow you to focus more so on controlling the movement than hanging on with your hands, which in my experience allows you to lift a little bit heavier and feel the movement better. So, all right, and if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat. I think this is gonna be another warm-up set for me. I get a good stretch at the top, try and lock myself in here nice and tight, lean back just slightly to get a bigger stretch in my lats, and then pull down at the elbows. All right, easy peasy. Then we'll go up to 4 here, take a set to failure, and I don't really know exactly how heavy this is, but I can guess, or I can evaluate after that first set. If I do, 10 to 12 reps, probably stay here. If I only get like 8, I'll probably want to drop the weight a little bit. If I get like 15 or more, and this is a little too light, it's time to up the weight or up the dose, but just kidding. When you had my last fight, probably, I think I was 17 or 18. I was like my last year of high school. I fought some dude in a parking lot. Not the brightest idea. I wouldn't recommend you guys do it. It could have gone bad in a lot of ways. He could have gotten hurt. I could have gotten hurt. We both could have gotten arrested. So don't recommend that. I'm not really a fighter. More of a lover. All right, let's make some love to these weights. So yeah, if I get 15 or more, we're gonna need to go up in weight. So maybe I'll set that as my arbitrary goal. Aim for 15. I've not done this, so I don't know if we'll quite be able to get to 15 or not, but one way to find out. All right, time to work. Come on. Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah, we got 15. That last one got me. All right, not quite 15, but, or actually 15, not quite 16, 15 and a half. So I think it's fair to add 25 pounds on top, and then I would imagine we'd be somewhere between 10 to 12 on this next set. No, I'm a bodybuilder, not a fighter. I've been bodybuilding for 18 years now. It's really, it's not all I know, it's just something I know a lot about. I've spent a lot of time around it, around other competitors. I wouldn't say I'm a pacifist. I feel like well, I don't know. I might need to have someone educate me on the best way to know what a pacifist is, but I'll put it this way. I think violence shouldn't be the first answer, but there are situations, including self-defense and the defense of others, where violence is appropriate. I used to work as a correctional officer for 3.5 years, and if somebody puts their hands on you, it is, in my opinion, correct to defend yourself. I also think it's correct to defend animals. So that's just my 2 cents. Oh, all right. So that first set went well. To catch anybody up that's new, we've done 2 sets of lat pullovers, 1 set of lat pull downs. We added a 25. We're gonna go attack this and see how many I can get. Now, if I severely misjudge this, like if I get 6 reps, then I'll need to go a little bit lighter for that last set, but I think 10 to 12 is reasonable. I am gonna lower this seat though, because I don't know if you guys saw, I was kind of sliding and bouncing. This is not the time or place for that. Thank you all for being here. I want to acknowledge that you could be anywhere else in the world right now, doing anything else right now. We're gonna get some fitness tips from me, some diet tips maybe, and hopefully some laughs. But yeah, let's go on ahead and hit this next one. Whew. I like to listen to some motivational music while I train. It helps me remember that I can keep moving, that pain is just a part of the process. It's okay to have pain. It's okay to use pain. In fact, I would recommend that we use it. We're gonna experience it either way. Use it to fuel you instead of to break you. All right, let's see how many we can roll. Oh, it's heavier now. All right, come on. Oh. Come on. Oh, okay. 9 is it. I was gonna try and cheat a little bit to get 10, but 9 felt heavy enough. I'm gonna rest sufficiently, probably like 2 or 3 minutes, then come back and attempt this same weight. So feel free, anyone, drop in your questions. What's your biggest struggle in the gym right now? What is the thing that is hardest for you? Let me know how I can help. Let me know what area to focus on. And while y'all are typing away, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the Vegan Squad community. I've been working on building the Vegan Squad community since really July of this year. We've got an entire team that has been building out resources and content. So we've got meal plans, training plans, all sorts of stuff for yoga, mindset, journaling. It's pretty freaking awesome, both here and on my main page, or you can DM me. You can get an entire week free. Come hang out with me, come hang out with my team. Let's work together to make the world a better place. That's my sales pitch. Come for a free trial. You're very welcome for the live. That's what I'm here to do. I'll talk about rest times for a second. Rest times, you want to rest at least long enough to where you can still have a high output after your rest session. So for me, excuse me, on upper body, might be anywhere from like a minute and a half to 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. On lower body, could be up to 5 minutes if it's a real big heavy set. I usually wait until my heart rate has recovered or until I feel like I can hit another really hard set. Otherwise, if you don't rest long enough, you're kind of capping how much work your body can do. So then again, you don't need to take it to the extreme and rest 15 minutes between every set. Then you'll be at the gym for like 5 hours. If you got 5 hours, go for it. I got some lives to change and things to do outside of the gym, so can't spend all day, even though I'd love to. All right, last set, let's see. Let's see if I can at least get 8. That'd make me happy. Whew. Maybe I'll do dragon flags at the end of the day and you guys can laugh at me. Oh, all right. Last set for back here, so let's make it count. All right, that'll work. Come on. Come on. All right, well, failure. Gave it all I had. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, I'll say that's all right. I mean, can't give much more than failure. If you guys got questions, drop them down. I'll be checking the chat here in just a moment. Got to take my plates off. So this is it for back today. Not a ton, and that's okay, because today I really do want to emphasize biceps. Trying to get my arms a little bigger. So for my split, I do have this day where it's pretty light for back work, like not a lot of volume. But what I found is this works really well for me and probably other advanced lifters, where you have 1 or 2 days in a week where you still go to the gym, but you don't do that much volume. And what I found is it allows me to recover better from these days. They don't beat the crap out of me. And I'm able to come back stronger. Whereas if today was like a typical full bore 2 hours of just kicking my ass, I wouldn't recover as well. So I kind of have like I'll call this like a medium day. I had a hard day yesterday, medium day today, I'll take a day off. Then I'll do a medium day, then a hard day, then take a day off. Then a medium day, and then a leg day, which absolutely kills me. And then a day off. So. And if you guys don't have this machine, any type of lat pull down would work. You don't have to use a plate loaded one. All right, let me see. Got any questions here? Legs are bigger than your girlfriend's waist. Quite possibly could be. They're almost bigger than my waist. Whew. They're still actually super sore from the last leg day. All right, so back is feeling it. I think I'm gonna take you guys over to the dumbbell area. Just gotta be careful. They don't like the tripod, but don't worry. I'll take all the risks here. You guys just stay at home, be safe. Yeah, we'll do some dumbbell curls. It's actually funny because now I have an audience, so it makes me want to make sure that I use good form. But yeah, we're gonna go. I guess I'll get set up on the turf, kind of be off, out of the way. I feel like that's fair. All right. Woo. Dumbbell curls. So I like, oh, what's up, Alex? I like to do supinated curls, which is where you take this pinky and you twist it up a little bit at the top. I'll try I think I'm supposed to do like 55s or 50s. I'm gonna do 50s today. That way I can use better form. I do like machines for biceps as well. At the end of the day, it's about progression and what you can safely build up from. So if you can do dumbbells and get stronger, do dumbbells and get stronger. For me, much over 50 pounds and my wrists start to hurt. So I will use my wrist wraps as one form of preventative measure, but they, out of breath. They can still kind of get a little sore, so just got to be careful. So we're gonna do supinated curls. I'm gonna do 3 sets. We can push these pretty hard though. Alrighty. So, big thing when we train biceps, we got to remember the biceps are not the biggest muscle in the world, nowhere near the size of my legs, but a lot of people when they're training biceps, they'll start to bend at the knees, hinge at the hips, and move this elbow. So moving the elbow uses shoulders, hinging here uses your lower back, bending at the knees uses your legs. We're not trying to use all those other muscle groups. We're trying to build our arms. So we're gonna wanna make sure that we focus on using our arms and not moving everything else in the world. I'm gonna do this set facing this way. Next set I'll do facing this way. I guess the last set I could face this way. But anyways, I've ran my mouth long enough. Let's get to it. Let's do first working set of biceps today. Now there might be a little bit lit up from the lat pull downs, but not enough to really count. Thank you for the love. A lot of likes in here. Hopefully some subscribers or soon to be subscribers. But all right, let's go ahead and work here. All right, remember keeping those elbows more or less pinned to your sides, twisting the pinky up. So. Time to dig deep, it's getting hard. All right, lost my headphones. Okay, so these can get hard, but you can kind of, at least me, keep pushing until you actually fail. You sometimes have more than you realize. You guys might have seen I kind of lean in to the side that I'm working. It's not to swing, it's just to kind of put my shoulder more in alignment with my elbow. And then why though, I didn't explain why we twist this pinky. Try this even at home. Try twisting like this, taking your wrist like a hammer, and then twisting. You get more bicep activation. At least from what I can feel and from my experience, it's not a bad thing to train like that where you get a little bit more bicep activation. I am out of breath. So that was set 1. We're gonna do 3. I'll do the next one from the side so y'all can see it from a side angle. I feel like biceps are one of the muscle groups that people want the most, but they go so heavy, they get injured, and they don't actually hit their biceps. I mean, I've done this for 18 years, and even the 50 pound dumbbells are still challenging. And like if you did like a seated incline curl, even more challenging. I'm gonna rest maybe 30 seconds or more, or so. I guess I give you the intra-workout spiel. I do drink an intra-workout every time I train. I'll have EAAs, highly branched cyclic dextrin, salt, creatine, and glutamine. And I just mix it up in here, sip on it. Allows you to train at a higher intensity for a longer period of time. Now, huge favor, if you haven't already, smash the like, hit that subscribe. I'm gonna take you guys through the next set here. Whew, all right. So, do this one from the side. It's the same exact thing, just y'all will be able to see kind of how I move it now. Like notice my elbow. My elbow stays low, and some people might be like, oh, well, you're not coming all the way up. Well, I could raise my elbow and come higher, but this isn't training my bicep more. My bicep is getting trained just enough like this. So I found that works better for me. All right, now I'm just running my mouth to buy some time. All right, let's go, let's work, come on. That was hard, but it's supposed to be hard. You don't grow if you don't push yourself. So, big tip here. I got a big tip. Y'all might want to pay attention. If you have a lagging body part, if your right arm is weaker than your left, always start with that weaker arm or the weaker leg. The thought process is like, if my left arm is stronger, which it is, and I bust out 12 here, and then I go up and I can't even get the 12th rep on my right arm, then I'm constantly training that stronger muscle first when it's fresher, and the weaker muscle second after you're weaker. So especially, like if I was gonna do a single arm set, And then the other single arm set, I would always, always, always start with that weaker arm first. Woo. Anybody else training today? Anybody else get fat after Thanksgiving? I actually hit 275 pounds today, so I was wondering if I could hit that before the end of the year, but thanks to it being Thanksgiving, and then eating Thanksgiving food on Friday, and then Alex's birthday yesterday, just been eating my ass off. All right, third and final set here for these supinated dumbbell curls. And then I got a cool trick to show y'all next. It's a specialty of mine. All right, I'll do this from the other side, I guess. Actually, I'm coming back to the front so I can see myself. All right. Come on. Oh, that's it. Oh. All right. Oh, my arms feel like they're falling off. All right, coming back. But really, if you guys did gain some unwanted pounds over the holidays, I wouldn't throw out your whole programming and freak out and do 500 hours of cardio. Best thing to do is just, at least what I have my clients do, just get back on plan, start tracking your food again, getting your cardio like normal. A couple days off plan isn't going to destroy you. And then just get back on plan. No need to change it up or be radical. All right. So what we're going to do next, let me see if I can scoot us in here, is on the preacher curl, we can do these hammer curls where you push your hands together and create some additional tension in your biceps. I really, really like how these feel. And they're pretty challenging. So I'm gonna grab the 27.5s. I think the 30s is what I used last time. That was kind of hard, at least at the angle on this bench. I've yanked my beard out before doing these, so gentlemen, and probably not any of the ladies. But, all right, so I really like these because the tension you get from pressing these together just seems to light up your biceps in a slightly different way. Still catching my breath after the last ones. If y'all got any questions, any fitness tips I can answer, that is what I'm here to do, so let me know below. There's a second bicep exercise. So we've done 2 sets of lat pullovers, 3 sets of lat pull downs, 3 sets of supinated curls. Now we're gonna do 3 sets of these dumbbell preacher hammer curls. And the caveat here, or the thing that makes these different, is that we're pressing the dumbbells together. If you've never tried this before, save this, take this home. I think it's great. Whew. Whew. All right. The hardest part is getting them in position. I don't have a seat for this either. All right. That'll look silly. All right, so slow on the way down, press the dumbbells together. Stretch at the bottom, drive back up. You really don't want to do these too fast. Chance for injury at the bottom of this rep would go way up. Man, these are so hard. But they work, so it's all right, we can do hard things. Oh. All right, good, we got some comments. Something I can reply to. Justin, I've never been to Chicago, actually. I would like to one day. Anonymously chill. What makes you nervous? I'd like to see if we can troubleshoot that. And these are brutal. They're good though, really good. I learned them from a buddy of mine in Tampa back when I was training with a bunch of pro bodybuilders. So while I wait for the clarification, you need to be careful, like anytime you're in the gym, but especially with something like preacher curls. There's a lot of leverage here at the bottom. So typically I prefer a machine, except for this variation where I use dumbbells and press them together. But I would typically, for you, recommend a preacher curl machine. I feel they're a little bit safer. The biggest thing here would just be use a weight you're comfortable with and control that negative. Like the last thing you want to do here is fly down, like just boom, and then bounce. No bouncing. We don't need any bouncing on any movement. Really, no movement in the gym needs to be bounced. You do that, you'll be unhurt on really any bicep exercise. And I don't bounce, I don't swing. The gym is actually relatively safe. I mean, I've popped my hamstring once, but like once. Not that crazy for 18 years in the gym. All right. And move through our second set here. Maybe I can get some more reps. I think I was still a little tired. All right. Again, hardest part of these is getting set up. I think this is what I found last time. If you push them together and then tuck your elbows in on the pad, it seems to work better. So one elbow and then the other. Get set. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Man, my arms are feeling it. Whew. 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 I'll come over here, read what you guys wrote. Yeah, so I would just start really light on the preacher curls. I mean, like 5 pounds. You know, even 5 pounds should be a safe amount to just get the motion down. I mean, obviously do it within your safety zone, but I think that these should be safe, guaranteed, or granted you're not bouncing or using weight that you can't handle. And then another great question. It'd be really cool if all dumbbells had the hex dumbbells and these round ones. This gym only has the round ones. I actually would prefer the hex for these because they'll kind of lock in together a little bit easier. But it's not that big of a deal for these. It kind of works either way. You can get through with either. Go Vegan Gang. Thank you, brother. Y'all check out Vegan Squad. We're so big now, you can even just type in Vegan Squad on Google and we'll come up. Allie, my life partner, is behind me. She's killing some curls over there too. Ooh, she's swinging a little bit. Just a little. But I gotta go out of my coach brain sometimes and go back to boyfriend brain. All right. Time to move into the next one. All right, third and final set. And for this one, if I'm feeling cheeky, I might step off to the side and do just a mechanical drop set where I go do a set of alternating curls right next to this. So I think I will get a really good pump that way. Come on. Last set, best set. Time to work. See, we're just gonna stretch at the bottom, very safe. Drive back up, 2. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. My arms hurt so bad. Oh, they're on fire. All right, I'm gonna go put these up, bear with me. Oh, training to failure, that's how we grow. Gotta give your body a reason. Somebody took my spot over here. Come on, people. Learn how to read. Oh. All right. So I think we're gonna finish off with some incline curls. Sounds like a good way to do this. I might show you guys a little trick. Why not? Share all the secrets with y'all. There's a way to do some cheat curls. I prefer, I think, oh yeah, Andrew's awesome. 14-year-old that's been vegan his whole life. I think I prefer machine dips for the most part, just because you can add the weight that you need or, you know, subtract the weight that you need. Whereas with body weight, you're kind of stuck with what you got. So I think we're gonna do some incline curls, but slightly different. Instead of seated, we're gonna lean back, try to get our arms behind us so we can get more of a stretch at the bottom, and then come up. And then what we can do when we get tired is we can throw the weight up and fight it on a slow negative there. So I'm gonna catch my breath though, otherwise I'm gonna get like 3 reps. Oh. There's Allie working out. Ugh. Yeah, Andrew's super cool. He's 14. He's been vegan his whole life. He goes to an all-vegan school of all places too. But I'm just really proud of him for wearing his heart on his sleeve at such a young age and wearing literal vegan shirts on him to help other people see that this is a way of life, a way that we can be healthy and happy and take care of others. So, all right. It's my shirt. Looks small. Kind of feels kind of tight. Guess what size shirt this is? I would love to see some guesses. Kind of looks like a small or a medium. Oh. All right, wrist straps are coming on. It means it's time to work. 3 more sets of biceps, then we're done. So just got to bring that intensity, try and give it your best shot, make some growth happen. This is light, only 30 pounds. Big stretch at the bottom here. That's why I do these, just for the stretch. So we're gonna kind of stand and lean back, push that chest up. All right, time to work. Okay. All right, so that's failure. Now we're gonna push past it. Okay. Those hurt. But a great way to use some cheat reps to get a little bit more out of this. Whew. Thank you guys for being here. It means a lot if you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and then let me know what y'all want to see more of. I'm happy to make training content. Probably need to get my butt back in the kitchen, send out some more recipes. If anybody here didn't already get my cookbook, y'all can DM me on Instagram. I'll send you a copy for free. You gotta train hard. Basically, you just have to keep progressing or you won't grow. So it never gets easier in the gym. Even if you do this for decades, the weight just gets heavier and you just keep getting stronger. You guys ever heard of resiliency and like the ability to bounce back? That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Wrist straps are coming on, so it's time to work, but after this set, I'll dive into some of the stuff I've been reading about and learning more on. And this is resiliency, not in regards to training, but in regards to life. I mean, I guess it could be in regards to training, but more so into life. All right, second set here. Gonna do another full set to failure, and then a few swing cheat reps as well. Just trying to really give it all I got. Oh man, it hurts already. Chest up in the air. Come on. Come on. There's such a little muscle group. Biceps can hurt. Low fiber. Yeah, Justin, send me a message either here or on Instagram. Let me get you my book. I can relate. Your fiber can get too high if you're constantly eating certain foods or too many veggies. So I'll show you some recipes. Definitely a big area that a lot of people don't know about, especially vegan athletes. So happy to help there. So this whole resiliency thing I was bringing up is like, it's one thing if you have a bad mood or a bad day, but when you kind of think about it like time under the curve or total time, like how often do you get in a bad mood? Are you in a bad mood for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days? And how quickly can you bounce back from that bad mood into a good mood? And the more resilient you are, the more that bounce that you can have from hitting the rock bottom and coming back up. I feel like that's a superpower in life. So many people get down on themselves for long periods of time, and basically, whether or not they mean to, they sabotage their own progress. So the faster you can bounce back and get into a good mood, the better. And if you need to cry or yell or run or find a punching bag for 10 minutes, I mean, that's not usually me. I don't normally get more sad than angry, but if you need to feel it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's fine. The sooner you can get back to feeling your normal self, the more you can accomplish. One that I got from Alex Hormozi, I feel like is a great quote, is like, you guys know anybody that they can just be in a bad mood for no reason? Well, you can also be in a good mood for no reason. And if you can figure out how to do that, man, life is on easy mode. So I've been working on just staying in that good mood for no reason, for any reason, for every reason. And frankly, if you woke up today, it's not over. The game isn't done. You're still here, you're still fighting, and there's still time for it to get better. So let's go ahead and smash this last set here. Give it all we got. All right, come on. Yep. Man. All right. Now just the fun stuff, some abs. Well, I just want to say thank you all, to all of you that have showed up, that have asked questions, that have liked, that have subscribed, because I can't do this alone. I need all the help I can get. And y'all are being here, making me feel worthwhile and valuable today. So appreciate that. Double arm over single arm curls. I think there's a few things that we can take into consideration there. It's maybe not a black or white answer, more of what do you have access to. If you have one arm that's clearly stronger than another, then I would lean towards doing more single arm stuff, or at least have some single arm movement in your training. Outside of that though, I don't think there's a huge difference. Maybe it would depend upon your mind-muscle connection as well. If you have really solid mind-muscle connection, double arm is fine. If you're struggling or lacking with that mind-muscle connection, then it might be a good idea to slow it down, just do one arm or one leg at a time. The other thing is time. It takes a little bit more time typically to do a single arm or a single leg movement. Not always, but sometimes. So I am gonna attempt, you guys can make fun of me all you want. Don't worry, I've been dealing with trolls for quite a long time. I'm gonna do my best at some dragon flags here. And this is how you grow, guys. You do things that are uncomfortable, things that are painful, things that you suck at, and over time, you hopefully get better. Well, I don't think I can get worse at these, so probably just gonna do a set or two. Sometimes my abs, since they're not used to this, start to cramp, and that's pretty much, it's not even just painful at that point, it's debilitating. I just lock up on the ground and I'm unable to do anymore. So the goal with these is to train our abs by pushing our weight up and basically putting it on our upper shoulders and then slowly lowering it down, or if you're strong enough, hold it. But I'm not quite that strong yet. I feel like I might be running a mic all over the place. Give me a second. See if I can find it. Oh no. Hold up. I've lost my little magnet. Oh, good Lord. All right, I'm just gonna clip this to my shirt. And hopefully I'll remember the magnet on the way out. All right, so we're gonna kick up. Try to have kind of like a hollow approach. Oh. Oh. There it is. Lost my magnet. All right. Well, you know, if you overate, you didn't stick to the plan. So what we need to do is we need to find you a plan that you can stick to that is low fiber, that digests better for you. Just saying you overate, to me, would mean that you didn't track, or the plan that was laid out wasn't sustainable. So I think this should be doable. I also think there is room to say, you know, you don't want to go too high in fiber, but it appears from my work with clients that certain fibers can digest better for certain people. So yeah, what I would recommend is shoot me a message. Let's get to working on something that's lower fiber but filling enough that you can stick with it, still perform well. So I'm gonna try and get the second set in, and if you guys got any more questions now, it's a good time because we're about to end this. Oh. Oh. All right. All right, if you guys can't do those, I'll show you some leg lifts on the next one. Aw, you're welcome, Rick Grimes. Is that a Walking Dead reference? If so, that's cool. Yeah, I'm trying to bring some long format stuff back. I'm contemplating doing a podcast on YouTube. Man, this thing is getting out of control. Also considering kind of moving into more of the motivational speaking and mindset work. I mean, those are things that have really helped me, so I'm trying to just find things to add value. So if you guys can't do the flags, or if you think I look a little silly doing that, you can always do leg lifts instead. And I kind of still like them in the same positioning. So for those, kind of just still want that slightly hollow. By hollow, I almost mean like a slight curve in your stomach, and using your lower abs to drive your legs up and slightly pick your butt up off the ground. That is it. Abs are my least favorite thing. So, let me get up off the ground. Just want to say thank you, everybody, for being here. What I'm going to say, something you can take with you, is reshape how you think about pain. We're taught from the time of being very little that pain is bad, that we don't want to experience pain, that we try to avoid it. When we fall down, our parents go, oh no, come try and make sure we're not crying. But it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. It's okay to have pain. It's okay to have really any feelings, or, you know, especially say lean into love, but pain is okay too. Pain can fuel us. Pain can remind us that we're alive. The pain of losing a relationship, the pain of losing my dad reminds me that every day is a gift and we all get to choose to spend it how we want. So stop hiding from pain. If you're in the gym, find pain. Go do hard things. Go do hard things in life, because guess what? You can try and avoid pain the rest of your life. It's still going to be painful. So instead of avoiding pain, lean into it and live a life that's worth being into pain for. Live a life that you're proud of. And that's what I try and ask myself every day. Like, am I going to be proud of myself in 6 months, 6 years, 6 decades? Sometimes I'm tired and I don't want to do things. But if I'd be proud of these actions later, then probably a good reason to do them now. And just because it hurts doesn't mean you stop. And just because you fail doesn't mean that it's over. If you're still here, if you're still breathing, it's another day you can come back. You're just getting research. Every failure is just more market research on what didn't work, and you're gonna find the way that does work. So if I can do anything to support you guys, reach out. I love you all. Thank you so much for being on this live. I'll see you guys next time. And go vegan if you haven't already. If you need help, check out Vegan Squad. We'd love to help y'all.